We're here with Bart and Scott from Smite, and we're talking about the Smite game coming to Xbox One.
Yes. Now we are. Us talking about
We were just saying, for anyone new to the genre, how would you describe it to someone?
Oh man, look at my hair. Well, first off, you need to be very vain. That's very important.
Okay.
Egocentric. MOBA. What is MOBA? Tower defense hybrid game, 5v5, kind of like basketball. Everyone has a position.
Yep.
And we have a fairly successful one on PC that's coming to Xbox.
Awesome.
It's third person, so unlike a game like Dota or League of Legends, which is known as isometric, which is a top-down view similar to StarCraft or other RTSs, this is an action game. So basically, it's action game meets MOBA, and so you can play on a controller, as we will demonstrate shortly.
Awesome. And having that different perspective, how do you think that adds to a game compared to some of the other MOBAs you mentioned?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, probably the most basic example is that you can't see behind you, right? Like similar to a shooter. If someone is behind you, they're behind you, and you'd have to turn around and try to engage with them.
Awesome.
So kind of the concept of ganking in a MOBA game is a little bit different in a game like Smite because they're actually coming from outside your field of vision, not just Fog of War.
Yeah, and as you say, it makes it more of like an action game than a straight top-down MOBA.
Sure.
Awesome. And it's coming. What date is it coming? I hear there's going to be an early access alpha coming.
March 11. So hold on. Let me reference my code here.
I got you, Bart. So,
Okay.
So March 11th is when we actually hit alpha.
Yeah.
So that is when
Let's
the
give one of the-
multiplayer servers will pretty much go online and everyone will be able to play against one another. Oh my God!
If you're watching on Source and you can read this, you just got yourself an Xbox access.
You're just
beta alpha code. You
you're
did
just
it.
a bad person.
They must have pretty good eyesight to read that, though. To be
Yeah,
fair,
no,
on Source, you got to have good eyesight. Maybe
they deserve the code if they can read that amount of text.
You get this.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Scott. Now you're making it easy.
I'm helping it
Now
out.
anybody can do it. This was supposed to be exclusive.
To be honest, there's probably some kind of bot that has captured it and already put it in, and it's already captured.
You know, I going into this, I was like, Bart, are you going to pull an Oprah here and just give stuff away? And he was like, yeah.
No, I said no, but I meant yes.
You get a code. We
Yeah.
all get codes. Awesome. So, but that early access means you can play with bots now.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the code. You can go home. You can download the game,
Awesome.
play against bots, and then kind of playing against other dudes happens March 11th or gals.
Oh, so you can get if you were to get one of these codes here today, you'd be able to get early advantage and be ready for when it goes live against player v player.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You could go home right now and play exactly what I'm getting ready to play.
Awesome. That's exciting. I'm excited to see the game in action. It should be fun
Yeah,
to see.
take us away, Scott. Take us on a magical journey of gods and goddesses.
We're going to hit the co-op up, even though I won't have anyone to play with.
So I guess that's something we didn't really hit yet, is that this is a game about gods. Pantheons from all around the world, Chinese, Greek, Egyptian, Hindu, Roman, and I'm probably missing one, but Mayan. So basically you get to play as gods, so some of them, obviously, Hades, Poseidon, you're going to be more familiar with than maybe gods from the Chinese Pantheon.
Yeah.
Like Chang'e, featured on screen here, or Hu Yi. And you can kind of see all of the god cards Scott was just showing there. Trying to make our way into a co-op arena here.
And that's something I imagine a lot of people can identify with if you're not into MOBAs or Smite itself. But everyone knows about these mythologies and stuff.
That's right. Yeah, you can see here. I mean, he's looking at Ra, Thor, Uller. That's kind of there in the center of the screen. Uller's a kind of more obscure Norse god. This is Neith, who's a Egyptian goddess of weaving, one of the kind of ancient gods from that.
And is there a more popular mythology that people go for? Is it
probably the Norse is probably
Norse
most
is
popular.
Awesome.
I think Marvel has lots to do with that, right? With Thor and Loki.
Yeah, it's been quite popular recently in the cinemas. Those films.
So obviously Thor, Loki, Odin, all part of Smite here as well. But
Have you any personal favorites or?
mine is probably Anubis out of Egypt. Scott, what's your favorite god? Ra, this one here.
Probably Ra.
So this is
Ra, also Egyptian as well, the sun god.
Amun-Ra, the Egyptian sun god. So his stuff is sun-based.
pretty powerful god there as well. So
Yeah.
and imagine all the abilities that each character has links into the actual god they are and what they're known for in mythology as well.
Correct.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, so what you're looking at here is basically a mage caster. He has healing and really good, basically, damage spells. What you're seeing here is a player versus bot, which is if you have a code, you can go play this right away, and then you'll play against humans in just a couple of weeks.
Awesome. So, if you were to get a code here, you can download this right now on your Xbox One, get into it today.
Absolutely.
That's
We're giving a bunch away at the booth, online as well, through giveaways, and, well, I guess if you find me, I'll give you one too.
Awesome. So, have a look out if you're here at PAX. You want to get that early start so you can start to own some noobs on the first day.
Nothing like it. So, there's not a lot of free-to-play games on Xbox that are really, in an engine like this, Unreal 3. Up. GG.
Yeah, that.
Gremlins
Xbone has had enough.
Well, yeah, we got to see a good amount of the
Yeah,
films there.
that's pretty representative of what you can expect.
Yeah,
It's a 3D game, it's an action-y game,
Yep.
And then there's all of the kind of itemization and depth of strategy that.
Yeah, and then if you were to get the early access code, you've got all the game modes ready to go today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
All game modes.
And what are you expecting to see in the alpha? Are you looking for feedback from players, or are you just looking for what people are doing, or?
I think the biggest thing for us is to find out where everyone's going to gravitate to, which I think we all kind of expect it to be Arena, but really feedback on it. Performance, the big difference between this and the PC. We want it to feel like its own breed, which it is. This isn't a port. We really built it around the strengths of the Xbox One hardware, which new God screen, new kind of optimization of controllers. So we just really want to hear what everyone wants back.
They ripped this game up to like turn it into the Xbox version.
It's
as Scott
a lot.
said, it was actually a pretty long process to kind of consoleize the game.
But it's good to hear that you're not kind of like now it's out, you're resting on your laurels. You're going to keep working on it, keep iterating.
I think there's enough gamers at the studio that we all kind of know the pain of the poor port.
Yeah.
The kind of like you're playing a game on Steam and then it has a radial wheel on your PC and you're like, this is really hard to use. And you're like, oh, if I just plug in my controller. So that's kind of like what you're seeing here, right? Full ground up UI, graphics presentation, all of this it's really been tweaked for the Xbox One. So it's really pretty exciting. And honestly, it's pretty intuitive coming from the PC version to the Xbox version. You mean like right now, for example, you could go home and plug an Xbox controller into your PC, and the PC version supports basically all of the same key binding functionality that the Xbox does. So to get a flavor of it, obviously you can do that, but it doesn't have the UI and all that.
And if you were to have like a PC person go up with mouse and keyboard against someone with the Xbox controller, do you think it'd be a fair matchup? Do you think that it's balanced that way?
We've had one or two players on the PC kind of go through with an Xbox controller and make it to like Masters level, but
it's tough.
It's really
just
hard.
The kind of intricacies of it, right? It's like the keyboard, you don't have a capped turn rate versus a mouse versus a controller. I'm sorry, so that all is kind of in the balance. But yeah, I think you could be, as Scott said, I mean, it's possible, but you have to be a pretty.
But well, that'll be interesting to see in the future.
You have to be a beast.
Well, now it's coming out on Xbox, and obviously people will be playing it only on Xbox. It'll be interesting to see if they can transfer their skills to the PC version and compete with mouse and keyboard players.
That would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I actually never really thought about that at all. I was kind of just like, oh yeah, this is my baby, my Xbox. Right? I want this community. I didn't think about that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a kind of a Wild West kind of situation.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot of games have both a console and a PC presence, certainly not successfully in the last 10, 20 years. So kind of see how it goes. I mean, Microsoft is super excited about it as well.
Yeah.
They get an opportunity for a MOBA title, the most popular game mode in the world currently. And, we're super excited to have console presence and to be part of kind of the real rollout of free-to-play on that platform. So
exciting times.
It's pretty exciting. And also, one thing that we haven't really hit yet that's kind of probably a big question for, I assume, in Twitch chat outside of, how our dongers formed or whatever, is like kind of your account versus PC versus console. So the way that works is that there's a one-time duplication, or dupe, of your PC account to your Xbox. So if you have an Xbox One, you have access to the game. You can duplicate your account, so everything that you own on PC will be transferred to the Xbox one time, lifetime.
And then they'll stay separate after that.
And then it's separate paths after that.
Okay.
But one time, so if you own everything at, whenever it is, you can just, send it on over to the Xbox.
It's basically a clone.
Yeah, it's cloning it. Yep.
Cloning it one time.
So do you think people will level up their PC accounts and then transfer it over, or do you think it'll just transfer straight away?
I think it's like, we'll have to see, can you game the system?
Yeah.
Get Xbox, Microsoft points on sale somewhere and we'll see. Probably.
The way the internet works, someone will find a way to exploit and get the most progress. Yeah, definitely. And so I'm quite new to MOBAs. I'm not, don't really play them much. I'm really interested in getting into Smite now. What characters would you recommend for a beginner?
So yeah, for Xbox, it's different, right?
For Xbox, I would say, are you a shooter player?
Yes.
Okay, if you're a shooter player, one of the free-to-play gods is Neith. So Neith, he kind of gave you a little bit of a rundown of it before, but she actually has one of our best transfer rates out of all the gods, period, from casual to competitive as well. So Neith's super easy. It's all attack chains, so you don't have to rely on your abilities. It's auto attacks that are going to do the majority of your damage.
Nice. Unfortunately, that's all the time we've got left now. Thanks to both Bart and Scott for showing us the game.
Thank you.
Don't forget, you can get codes for early access right now and play against their bots, so you can get a really head start against the people when it comes out on March 11th.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't forget to stay tuned here to the Twitch booth. We've got so much more awesome coverage coming up. Don't be going anywhere. Hi everyone, welcome back to Twitch's live coverage of PAX East 2015. We're here with Jay with an awesome point-and-click game called Dropsy.
Yep.
Why don't you tell us a bit about it? It looks completely amazing, and
yeah, well,
I'm excited to hear more.
I'm going to put the opening cinematic on while I talk about it. But Dropsy is a point-and-click adventure, and it's a little bit non-traditional in that there's no text in it at all. It's just like, dialogue icons, and it has open world and day and night cycle, which is a little bit different than a lot of adventure games.
It seems like it's quite a few things to be going for, because it's quite an established medium point and click where people have certain expectations. I mean, how tough is it to make a point and click game without any text?
It's pretty hard, because you got to kind of think about how people will interpret a really tiny, like 30 by 30 pixel image for the dialogue. And but it's been fun. I think it's worth it just to make a universal game that like any language can play. People who can't read, kids can play it, understand it.
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about language barriers or translations. It's just it tells the story through the visuals, which is
right. And this cutscene right here is kind of showing the intro of the story, which is like 5 years before the start of the game. Your circus burns down, and as you play the game. Well, it starts in a dream, which you'll see in a second. But as you play the game in the real world, you'll see that, like, everyone in the world kind of doesn't like you. They think you're a monster. They think you kind of maybe caused the fire. You're kind of a local legend in a bad way,
It's like misunderstood.
Yeah, he just wants to hug people, man.
Oh, he just wants to hug.
He just wants to hug people. There's even a hug icon.
I'm one of any game with lots of hugs in. I am totally won over.
Yeah. So here's kind of the opening area. It's a dream, and you'll return to dreams throughout the game as a way of giving exposition on his history. Because we have no text, so that's a way to do it. You can kind of mess with stuff. Oh, I don't know. That's not working. Oh, it's weird. Anyway,
I mean, how easy it is, if you find to get people to get into this world without text? Because so many games, the first 10, 20 minutes of the game is a lot of text, a lot of exposition, just to get the player to understand how to play the game. How have you tackled that?
It's pretty immediate, just because of his character and how his character is. You'll see when you wake up in the real world, but.
Oh, that tongue looks very evil.
Oh, yeah, this is how you exit a dream.
Oh, my God.
So there's a dream world in the game. It's another kind of whole open world area, but you can only dream for a minute or two at a time, and then the mouth will come out and eat you, and then you wake up again. And that's a way to pass time, because some puzzles depend on it being day or night. So if you go back to bed again, then you'll re-enter the dream world for a little bit, and then you'll wake up at the time that you wanted to wake up.
Who's the cute little puppy?
Oh, that's your companion.
Oh, my God.
You're going to get more of them, too.
Can you give him hugs?
Yeah, you can give him a hug.
Oh,
Check it out.
God.
Here's the hug icon. Boom. Give him a little hug.
Oh, my God.
Oh, look at it.
Oh, that's too cute.
Oh,
he's got the wavy hands of happiness as well.
Okay, he wants snack cakes. So we're going to oblige.
Wow, and he actually pulls his pants down to...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he grabs the snack cakes right out of his pants.
That's incredible.
He wanted Dropsy's Twinkie. Anyway, so...
Oh, the Twinkie.
Yeah, he got it. So, yeah, there's your dad. He's a hard-working guy. That's who you live with.
Wow.
After the fire. See, that's your stitched-together tent, after the fire.
Oh, yeah, and all the stitching on where it's been replaced.
Yeah, and that's kind of an example of, storytelling in the environment.
That comes across in a game like this where you have no dialogue or have no text. You've got to tell so much of the story with visuals. But, if that's done completely well, it's so much more, instinctive for the player to take it in.
Right, yeah. That's something that we put a lot of thought into. Like, our documents that we're using to design the game are just full of little notes about making things very clear in the environment. Just for PAX, we left the nightclub open day and night.
Oh, nice.
Just so you can go bust a couple moves here.
Oh, wow.
Twerking.
Oh, twerking is sometimes a bit controversial with Twitch, so I think Dropsy...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dropsy, he drops.
He can do
what he wants. He's got the power of the hug, so he can circumvent that.
I'll listen to this sermon here, because that's the only way I can get a sandwich.
Oh, you got to pay in this life.
Yeah. All right.
And so what systems are you intending to release this for?
So it's definitely going to be PC, Mac, and Linux.
Awesome.
We want to get mobile, tablets out, iOS and Android. but we have to optimize it a little bit for that because I put way too many effects and crazy stuff in there. But yeah.
But you can see that. You can see like just every screen we've seen so far, and I imagine it's such a small slice of the game. But you know, there's so much love and care. I'm a huge fan of pixel art, a huge fan of these kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this place?
Oh yeah, this is at night when you come into the record store. You got some band playing. You can get a tape, and that's an alternate solution for the church puzzle because they got a little cassette player in there, so you can kind of distract the lady and take the sandwich if you want.
Also, I imagine there's lots of things there that don't necessarily contribute to the main narrative story.
Lots,
but things that you can just do to enrich the whole experience.
Yeah, and a lot of these people that you help will return. Oh yeah, I can't go in there at night. Will return the favor later on in the game without saying too much. Like the story does unfold into a pretty crazy. Like, there's an iceberg thing where I've planned so much mythos and lore for this world and stuff, and these characters all have little stories for them and stuff.
Yeah, so it's almost like you're doing kind of that script writing where you have a character's history, but you never show that to the audience. It's just there within the tapestry of the world, and echoes of it come across.
Yes, and there's a lot of stuff like an iceberg that a lot of people may never even see. But I hope as we design the world and are conscious of those things. Oh, now I can hug her.
Oh.
Yeah.
That hug every time it gets me right in the feels.
I know.
That little dog following you, I'm won over already.
Oh, well, another thing is when you hug people and you do a successful hug, and you go back to your room, and we do need to put a little cutscene to illustrate this.
Okay.
There will be a coloring on the wall of the people. Oh, let me hug this guy. Hold on. He's too cool for a hug, so...
You can't be too cool for a hug. Oh, just a fist bump.
Yeah, but it works.
It works.
We consider that a hug.
Oh.
So, Dropsy colors... she's sad, but I don't have time to do her puzzle.
You're just going to leave her there.
I'm leaving her.
Oh.
Play the game and make her happy.
Oh, I'll have to now. I can't just leave her crying in the park.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Gotta...
You can literally hug a tree.
I don't want to... I'm going to spoil this, but if you hug him every day for like 20 days, his face will slowly shift into a smile.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Little details in games like that really do it for me. It looks like an absolutely incredible game, and thank you for showing it to us today.
Thank you.
I look forward to it. Is there a Twitter we can all follow to get in contact?
Dropsy the Clown.
Dropsy the Clown. Awesome. I'll make sure I follow that. And thank you for showing the game today.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, that's the last thing we've got here from the booth at PAX East for today. We will have lots more coverage here tomorrow. Loads of more events, loads more guests, loads more awesome games to show. But that's not the end of the coverage here on the Twitch channel today. We've got an awesome film coming up called Gameplay, Story of a Video Game Revolution. So make sure you stick around for that. Nice movie night for you all. But don't forget, we'll be back here tomorrow with loads more coverage from the Saturday of PAX East 2015 right here on Twitch.